full of fluid.
She's way too short of breath. I knew that if we didn't get her to the truck immediately, she could die.
Chevy, we're right behind him.
In the city of New Orleans, there are as many as 1,000 emergency calls every night. These are the stories of the heroes who risk their lives to answer those calls. Police officers, firefighters, and emergency medical technicians. This is Nightwatch.
Being the officer doing Katrina was tough.
I saw things that I would never want anyone in my life to have to go through.
You saw people's houses in the street. You saw bodies in the street.
New Orleans paramedics, they went from being responders to victims themselves.
Our house flooded. We lost all of our possessions, family photos.
Life as you know it is just gone.
Everything was underwater, and I can just remember being in a helicopter and all of us just crying on the way to the Superdome. And then we got to Superdome.
There are positives to Katrina. It actually shown the world how strong New Orleans can be as a community, but had means to help.
So we've always been a close city, and we're definitely closer, and almost protective of each other a lot more so than we used to be.
3551. Good reinforcement fire at 2028. We are to 4 on channel 1.
I'm going to call it a tree that fell on top of a car, and supposedly the person is trapped either in the car or under the car. Not really sure. Supervisor reporting that he needs the power companies and also needs somebody from the city to come to cut the tree. He's reporting that he needs rescue, so he must have somebody trapped with Hurricane Katrina 10-year anniversary. Someone from the administration always has to be out on these busy weekends like that. It's all hands on deck. 6240's on scene. Hey, Chief, what we got?
There's a 29-year-old man. He's all right.
I couldn't believe the size of the tree. It was like, holy smoke. From behind the driver's seat all the way to the back bumper was crushed and even blew out the tires. He's conscious? He's conscious. All right, Gordon. All right. Can you crawl out? Come on, crawl. Hold on here. Right on it. Maybe have him next back in before we move. 6240, patient extricated. Lift it out from under this tree because they said it's not sturdy. Let's move to safety. The driver of the vehicle was so lucky. We were able to help him to self-extricate. All right, y'all want to check in right here? Hey, bro, you hurting anywhere? Just hit back.
Rope, all the way on his back. Good. All right,
The whole board. Okay.
left foot on it. You feel it? All right.
Let's go. You feel everything, all right? It's good, man. You're lucky, brother. You ready?
All right.
Okay. He wasn't hurt bad, but, you know, we have to take precautions because that was a lot of weight that came down and hit the car. He might not think he's hurt. When he gets to the hospital, they'll do x-rays. Oh, yeah. This was a free call. This guy's going to tell a story for the rest of his life. So are we.
He has a bad heart. Yeah, well, what's that got to do with eating too much?
I would say that we get calls out of code 2s, which are just the run-of-the-mill calls. We're going to get there and be having a massive heart attack. That 1 out of 10 probably, when we get there, it's like, okay, this is a whole lot more than we thought we were coming to.
Seriously? He's waving us like something seriously wrong.
I'm telling you, he's going to be coding.
He ain't gonna be coding. Oh, what do you think it'll work?
3220 on scene.
What's going on, man? Your heart? Well, they told us your stomach hurt because you ate too much or something. So when we got there, I noticed that he was really sweaty and that his heart rate in the pan was way too fast to count.
Can you walk at all?
Just hold steady. We can just stretch it closer. I'm gonna help you out.
When you look at the guy, you could tell that it was a serious call.
Take it down.
He was having some serious breathing problems, some bad chest pains. Turn around and he just get all the way back up here. There you go. He needed care quickly.
Let's get him in a truck. What's his rate? He's an A-fit at like 150 something. I realized that he was in a potentially lethal rhythm. You start to kick your gears in motion. Teddy does his thing, I do mine.
190 over 98.
Give some oxygen. We start to evaluate, ask questions.
How old are you, Mr. Henry?
You diabetic?
Where are we going?
The medicines start to come out. Take any aspirin? Choose up.
3220, we're gonna be in route. What's going on, man? Yeah, who is that?
You got fella? You want to spray nitro on the tongue? I give him the aspirin and the nitro, try and help him with some cardiac relief. Blood pressure was coming down. His heart rate wasn't. I decided I'll give him some cortisone, try and slow the heart rate.
I ain't never had no dad. I mean, he was always there for me when I needed him. You know, call me when I just mistakes or nothing, you know. Zimmer's brand new 55-year-old male with chest pain. 2 sprays nitro so far, 10 milligrams of cortisone. No change yet. We're pulling up right now.
All right, come on in with us.
We got to the hospital. Nothing had changed. Nothing I'd done had worked.
All right, we're gonna get you out.
So which way he's gonna go, I don't know.
9.9 out of 10 times that call just gonna be because somebody got indigestion or whatever. That man has some serious problems going on.
They're putting pads on the cardioverter.
Oh, really? Yeah. His godson up front definitely credits this guy with keeping him going straight.
Saving his life.
Yep.
Well, that's what a godfather's for.
Yeah, I guess so, man. I guess so.
For Katrina.
We left like last minute. We weren't gonna leave. And then it was like, oh, this is gonna be like every other hurricane.
Yeah. Low wind, low rain, and so.
Yep. So we lost everything.
Wow.
You're not going to come across many people in the city who weren't affected by Katrina.
Where were you?
I went to pre-register for school, and I lost everything. I had a book bag full of clothes, and that's it. Everything else gone. It's all right now. You bounce back.
Yeah. City's come a long way though.
Yeah.
So resilient, which is not surprising.
It's the 10th anniversary of Katrina, and the city is screaming with joy over the fact that we are still here despite being entirely underwater. We're still here.
All right, fellas, we head out. Y'all be careful, man. All right, y'all be good. Y'all be careful, man. See y'all later. Get it ready? Welcome to the Good Fire Gentleman Dwelling. Let's roll, fellas.
We get dispatched to a motel on fire in a residential dwelling. Anytime you have a working fire in a residential area, life safety is always number one. Number two is keeping the fire down as best as possible.
They said 4 people was actually trapped in a house. They got cuts trying to get out. Uh-oh. When someone is escaping out of a burning house, they could go through a window, they could burn their feet, their hands, so you can have a long array of trauma. Yeah, you can see the flame in there.
We get dispatched to a motel on fire in a residential dwelling.
Units be advised, moving the fire spread from the initial structure. Blowing on both sides as the initial burner now on fire. Over.
And after Katrina, they had more lighted houses around here, so this particular area is prone for more fire hazards.
Just ramping up.
By the time we got there, the fire had spread to dwelling on each side of the original building.
Just right there, about right there. There you go.
We broke some lines and started to keep it in check and protecting it from catching even further.
Team 2 of the buildings are completely vacant. Units found the occupants escaped through a window of the third dwelling. EMS is on their way. Over. 10-4 contact.
Fortunately, the other companies found out that everybody was out or that the buildings were totally unoccupied. So that relieved a lot of having to go and search and rescue as opposed to just stacking fire.
3220 there, look. It's still simmering a little bit. Oh yeah, I smell fire. Ooh, smell that.
All 4 got out, so a couple of nicks.
When we arrived on scene, there were the occupants that were in the house when it caught on fire, and they were able to escape.
Hello, dear. You got something in your foot, boo? The only complaint we got was her foot was hurt. She might have stepped on anything that was laying on the floor when she came out of her house. I don't see nothing. No, it ain't even cut, man. So we checked him out, and thank God there was nothing physically wrong with him. The only thing that was wrong was it was a little upset. You know, it's understandable that it was shaken up. The house just burned down. Could have been a lot worse. Yeah. I'm glad you got out there, man, for real. I'd have been like you. I'd have been country blast, too. I'd have been like Superman that month. I'd have been jumping right out the window. I'm gone.
It's positive. You know what, though? He made you smile.
Right.
It's a good thing, though.
No life was lost, so it was a good feel that we did our job. Unfortunately, some property was pretty much a loss, but nobody got hurt.
Blood aids and service available.
6249. Very close to you.
We got a call for a male that's been stabbed. I'm gonna roll out that way and give the unit a hand. With a stabbing, you just don't know what you're gonna get. 6220 on scene. It could be superficial and it could just be fatal. Patient contact, 6220. I pull up and I see this guy laying in a huge pool of blood. There's just blood everywhere. He's been stabbed to his arm and he's also got a stab wound to his back. Anytime you have any type of penetrating trauma to the torso, we know immediately at that point in time he's going to be a trauma activation. We have 10 minutes or less on scene, so we got to get him and go. Do you take any medications on a daily basis? Who is that stabbed?
Nobody, actually.
No. You need to find some better friends.
She flipped out.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
He said his good friend is the one that stabbed him, and he's actually more worried about her than himself. He doesn't want her to go to jail.
Like that arm, let's take care of you, boss.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, man.
All right, big boss. Nice and on time. Got it.
Right around this kid.
How big was that one back?
It's a couple inches wide and deep. Please, what back.
Yeah, we're going to take care of you, boss. Don't worry.
All right, lay back, lay back, lay back, lay back, lay back. All right, babe, we're gonna get you up to the trauma center and they're gonna take care of you, all right? All right. Come on, y'all, we gotta roll. If the knife penetrated his kidney, it could have significant internal bleeding and can bleed to death fairly quickly. He's got a big stab wound right to the back. It's definitely right around the kidney. 6220, clear.
6220 clear. 2323.
Yeah, I'm really glad that we came up early to see all the second lines and the tribute.
Sometimes it's really good to kind of reflect on how happy the city can be in the face of all the things it's been through. You lose that when you work nights for too long.
Right, but we lose it because of all the bad stuff we see.
Yep.
Like, to see this is just like a breath of fresh air. We rebuilt, and we're still here, and we're resilient, and we will persevere.
3232. 6220. Taking Bourbon Street. Forecast pain.
From Tooling.
Top 6220.
Looks like we got a cow at the 100 block of the murder.
Ross, I feel like it's going to be a regular or a visitor.
That's a good question.
So we get a call for a person down on Bourbon Street. And of course, the thing about Bourbon Street is that you never know what you're going to get.
Good thing they got the top care coming to them.
Oh, I see him right there. Hi. What's going on?
Hey. Probably. Yeah. I'm doing all right, baby. Damn, you look good too. What's wrong? Woo! Yeah. So you're having chest pain now? Fell from the pain or you tripped? Okay. All right. We're going to be all right. Anyone with significant cardiac history, it's very important that you make a quick diagnosis to figure out what's going on with them. Put your legs up, baby.
All right now.
It could be life-threatening.
So you're having chest pain right now? When did you start having chest pain? The first thing we want to do is get a 12 lead EKG to make sure he's not having a heart attack right now. Crushing, stabbing, burning, stabbing pain.
We're going to take care of it. You just got to relax a little bit, all right?
All right, real still for me. Take a picture of your heart, okay?
See your arm. That hurts? Like cramping?
Stick out your tongue.
Dehydrated a little bit, huh?
Oh, look at that.
What? Oh, Lord.
You feel how dry your tongue is? And it's white, white, white. This patient's been outside, has been walking around, it's hot, and his 12 lead EKG comes back completely normal. Your blood pressure's perfect. I don't think it's your heart this time. I think
It's muscular
it's
cramping.
more of, muscle cramp.
Because you're dehydrated.
Once we were able to tell him that it didn't look like he was having a heart attack, you could visually see him immediately calm down and relax.
Well, the good news is, once we get you some fluids up in you, should we go back to good again? Big sick, don't move. I know, baby. Yeah. Don't tense, you gotta relax, though.
I love when these guys crush on Nick.
That's right.
And this patient loves Nick because he's gorgeous. So everyone's happy right now.
32 around the way.
Nick, look tall and luscious. He's man. He's so tall and luscious, though. He really is. I think you might like him more than his wife does.
Maybe if you sell it, bye bye.
What's up? Feel better?
Look at all of this, man.
I got all you want, boo.
Come on in.
Let's do it.
Let me move right here.
All right, we're going inside together. Let's do it.
Major case narcotics has requested us to do 2 warrants. One's on 3rd Street, and the second house is on Perret Street.
So tonight we'll be executing 2 high-risk search warrants for major case narcotics. There were 2 locations because they found out, through the intel that the subject that we were looking for, he goes in between the 2 houses. This is the guy that early in the month, he actually fired upon police when they tried to execute a search warrant for narcotics. So this made the risk even higher because we know he has the capability to fire upon police.
Jones, you guys are taking a read, correct?
Right.
Well, Officer Jones and Hall are here from the 6th District. They're going to assist us with the perimeter. The two residences share a backyard, which was wide open, so they're going to have to secure the backyard. Generally, any type of narcotics warrant, when they're selling drugs, they have guns to protect the drugs. You know, they get ripped a lot, so they don't know if it's the police or a guy trying to rip them, so it makes it a real dangerous situation.
That was the first one through the door the last time when he shot. He shot at us with a .357 Magnum, so it was really, really loud.
Try to have all our angles covered, make sure that, nobody's hiding around, trying to take in shots in the team. Because this area that we're going to has a lot of abandoned houses, a lot of overgrown lots still from Katrina.
Get your minds right.
Once we get to that stop, we know it's on. Everybody becomes serious. We tell each other, hey man, look, it's time to get it, put your game face on, and it's the point of no return right here, so we're getting ready.
Tag on 3, tag on me. 1, 2, 3, tag! Let's go, let's go.
Hitting 2 houses at the same time, it's kind of nerve-wracking because once you're there hitting the first house, obviously everybody in the neighborhood pretty much knows that you're there.
Come on, people. Lead to the wall! Lead to the wall! Lead to the wall! Go.
So tonight we're going to be hitting 2 houses of HK's narcotics.
Let's go, let's go.
About a few weeks ago, 6th District Narcotics tried to do a search warrant at this house, and the guy ended up shooting at him through the door. Well, once we entered the house, we were able to spot the guy in the second room.
Come to me! Keep coming!
He gave up. There was no shots fired when we hit the door like he did the other team. I mean, I don't know if he saw, what type of toys we might have had with us, but, he gave up, which was a good thing.
Are we going to be moving to the secondary location?
Even though we got the target in the first house, the search warrants were written for both houses. The element of surprise is gone for the secondary location, so they all know something's going on over there.
Moving up to that second location, we already scouting it out, trying to see if anybody's peeking or if anybody's outside. It was intense because they're waiting. So at that time, I know that I really have to be ready.
Police for the wall! You see hands? Come to me! Come to me! Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Anybody else in the house? Anybody else in the house? Thank you, B. Get 5 minutes. Go, go, Al, go. I see that! Come to me! Police, come to me! Let me see your hands! Hands up! Keep coming, come on! Second quality location.
We didn't really have a problem. Everyone gave up, so it was a good day today. Thank the Lord. Nobody was hurt on his end, and nobody was hurt on mine. So it was a win for us.
Well, better than the first time we hit it. I can tell you that.
It went out smooth, Called the lady out. Other person was hiding back down that back door.
Yeah, I'm glad everything turned out.
Yeah. I said, hey, you never know.
Yeah, I know.
It feels good having this guy on the street. Hopefully, they'll keep him in jail for a while after this incident.
You were working here 10 years ago when Katrina hit, right?
Yeah, I think I just made my 1-year anniversary. We were posted downtown at a hotel. I could see the river from where we were. That's when you could see the water start to creep up towards the middle. And once it finally met in the middle and the whole street was flooded, that's when we realized, we got to find some higher ground quickly. And so the closest place was the dome. We didn't know where else to go. I don't think people realize how tough it was on this stuff.
No.
How truly difficult it was seeing your city underwater and sucking it up and staying. Because a lot of people didn't stay. It's been tough.
And everything you knew, everything was underwater. Nobody thought New Orleans was ever going to come back. And here we are 10 years later, and we're back.
3235. So 306 bar.
So we are going for a female short of breath.
Shortness of breath can be one of the most wide-ranging calls you get.
3235 on female.
Something as simple as anxiety, or something as serious as congestive heart failure, heart attack.
There's an apartment?
In the back? All right. Gotta find out quick if this is critical or not.
3235. There was no answer.
Oh, we're supposed to be going up these stairs?
Upstairs? Oh, wait a second. Let me find out how bad it is.
Hello.
Hey, apartment A. Hello. I see the patient sitting on the couch. Her lungs are full of fluid. She's hunched over, and she just cannot move any air. She's way too short of breath. I knew that if we didn't get her to the truck immediately, she could die. Come on, man. Let me find out how bad it is. We get a call for an elderly woman who's short of breath. Her lungs are full of fluid.
Okay, she's not dying, Brandon.
I knew that if we didn't get her to the truck immediately, she could die.
I think you have to carry downstairs, okay? Come on, baby.
Tommy's carrying her down, guys.
All right, step up.
I didn't get a history. She just had an inhaler in her hand. I just took one look at her, felt her, and carried her out.
She needs to be in a truck on oxygen immediately.
You do some more, baby?
Once she's on the stretcher in the truck, and I get my first really good look at her, it's not good.
You ever had that machine that blows air into your face?
All right. Sometimes we put them on a mask, but that's just not enough. They're not able to breathe in enough oxygen.
All right, lean back from me, baby.
She was full of fluid, so we went to our CPAP.
I mean, it's gonna be really tight on your face, okay? I know it's tight, okay?
The CPAP is an oxygenation machine that forces oxygen into your lungs.
Just work with it, okay? Let it work with, let it work with you, okay?
It's continuous, positive airway pressure.
I gotta try and get a good idea on it real quick. Yeah, man, you got pain?
Yeah, she said she was. I'm working on the pressure. It's gonna be through the roof.
When I put the blood pressure cuff on her, 300 is the highest that we can go.
280 over 140. I'm leaving that on there, get a repeat.
That's a high blood pressure emergency that can cause a stroke, it can cause heart failure. It is incredibly important to get that patient to the hospital immediately.
Come on, Tommy. I got it. Go ahead.
3235, we catch that code 32.
Keep working with the mask, Miss Carol, okay? I know, my lady. I know. We almost there, okay? We almost there.
We got there quick. We got to her fast. We got her to the hospital fast. It is 100% safe to say that we saved this lady's life. There's no doubt about it.
Gilly did her thing, Tommy did his thing, I did my thing. We're a very, very good group of medics working together.
One of the highest blood pressures I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
That thing was thumping.
What was
it? I said 280 over 140.
Well, they're gonna bypass her. They'll get her taken care of.
Well, good job.
Thank you, you too.
Tight. I'm just kidding.
You, I'm not doing
Still
that.
kidding.
See, he did that to me earlier.
That's one right. We'll take a ride over there. They probably got the phone call already. They're always out there. It's like a kind of abandoned area between, they race their cars, show off their cars. So they can get in the wrecks, hurt somebody that's spectating. Then they got the phone call, right? They got cars coming back. Yeah. Oh, there it is, right there. Look, they got cars already lined up there. Good. There they go. Scattered like roaches.
Fast and furious. Hey, look at no pink slip today.
This car up. Jeez, look at this. There we go. Look at it. Oh, bro. God, really? Hit that little pole right there. It's just too many people out there. I mean, you can't just stop one. I mean, it's not going to do anything. So we just turn our lights on, siren, just make sure they all break it up.
Wednesday's actually the bigger night.
I used to be out there. Back in the whip.
Yeah. Down here.
Not racing on it.
Just hang it up. We were patrolling the 7th district at the time, and we see this car coming down. It was missing a headlight.
Yeah, that's a bug out too, bro. You bugged out.
So we decided to make a traffic stop. As soon as we turn our lights on, he pulls it up to the side like he was gonna stop. We're talking to each other. We see him looking through his rearview mirror.
Here we go again.
When they just take off like that for no reason, 7 out of 10 times, probably because that's a stolen car.
Chevy, we're right behind him. 28 for a second.
It makes it a real dangerous situation.
He's accelerating when he stopped. Behind the vehicle. Here we go again.
During a routine traffic stop, the driver pulls over to the right-hand side of the road. As soon as we're basically going to get out, he takes off.
He's accelerating away from the stop.
Might have just committed a crime, might possibly be armed, or it might be a stolen car.
1028 for a second. 1028.
I'm approaching the vehicle, taking the passenger out. They both seem too old for this.
Stand up.
immediately screaming about he was telling the driver to stop, and I don't know why he did that.
Yeah, no, no, no. You ready? All right, hey, man, I'm not gonna tell you again. Rosemont, 04.
All in all, it was a pretty chaotic scene.
Why are you running, bro? I have traffic attachment, so I just want to go to jail.
Traffic attachment.
If that was the only reason he was running for it, that's stupid.
So for traffic attachment, you put everybody else's lives at risk.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
You could have ran over somebody driving like that, or you could have killed somebody out there.
And
He didn't have nothing to do with it, sir. He told me to stop.
oh, it's amazing.
It could have been an easy traffic stop. You know, he would have probably walked away with a ticket.
Come on, take a walk, fellas.
Now this guy's going to jail for everything he did.
Which car are you?
Right there.
Now?
Okay.
You almost killed that woman. Y'all okay? I've been telling this man. Pull over.
So we're going to mail.
With a high sugar.
Alright.
The notes say that the caller states his blood sugar is 600.
Wow. 600's pretty high.
Yeah, it is. 32, 35 on scene.
You calling? What's going on? Okay.
Also, I'm detoxing right now.
Opiates?
Yeah.
Okay.
Making me dizzy.
I gotcha. We going this way. We don't carry insulin, so our treatment is give them some fluids and get them to the hospital where they can get them the proper medications. What hospital have you been to before, Ryan?
Alright, so earlier today, did you check your blood sugar?
Yeah.
You did? What was it earlier today?
211.
What time was that at?
Around 1.
Okay. And you took your insulin tonight?
Yeah.
What time did you take your insulin?
Relax, baby, relax, all right? I'm in.
So when was the last time you used any opiates?
Yesterday.
Okay.
All right, so where are we going?
Oxygen it is?
All right, Ashmain.
Yeah. High glucose can be really damaging to your whole body, from head to toe.
You can actually have a seizure and ultimately die from your blood sugar being too high for too long.
Eventually, if you get high enough, you can go into organ failure. It can lead to cardiac arrhythmias. It can lead to a number of things. I'm just worried about blood sugar being that high. Has there ever been this high before?
Shoot, yeah.
What's the highest it's been?
1,088.
Wow. How long ago was that?
When I was first diagnosed, I was 7.
7 years old?
Yeah. They said if I would went to sleep, I would die.
So you've always had a problem keeping your blood sugar in line?
Yeah, drug addiction just makes everything so much worse.
Yeah. So how long ago did you move here?
04?
I see you were here for the storm.
Yeah. I remember I walked right to the 17th Street Canal, and the breach there looked like a bomb went off. It was a hole. There were houses pushed on top of houses. It was nuts.
Complete devastation.
You remember the whole should we rebuild New Orleans thing?
Yeah. You know how tough that was hearing that? From someone who's lived here almost his entire life.
Oh, yeah.
And people are seriously questioning whether or not we should rebuild this city.
I was wondering if they would even pump the water.
Golly. We get a call for a pedestrian struck. That's usually pretty serious.
32 with 32 put us in the area looking. That might be the car that hit him.
I got you.
He's got an obvious femur fracture. 32, 32, we're gonna have one trauma activation.
We get a call for a pedestrian struck.
He's got an obvious femur fracture.
You look at the car, you see that he rolled up on the hood, smashed the windshield out.
You speak English?
You remember everything that happened? You remember getting hit by the car?
Hold on, be still. Oh yeah, dude, it's jelly.
Broken femur definitely can be life-threatening. It's got some shards of bone that are sharp, and you have arteries that run up and down your leg. Got obviously deformity.
Obvious femur fracture.
Cut that artery, chances are you're gonna die. He's got a
Right
pretty
here.
good hematoma in the back of his head, too.
Can you hear me, man? Know where you are? Sir, what's your name?
Alright, sorry about your leg, brother. You have to worry about internal injury. You have to worry about blood pressure. You have to worry about bleeding out internally. Things that you can't see also. Put your leg down, sir. Don't pull.
So what happened, baby? Okay, close. I couldn't stop. How fast do you think you were going? Okay, are you okay to be to the hospital by ambulance? Okay. Let's go. Time's ticking away, baby. Let's go. At this point, the big priority is prepping him for the trauma center and getting the hell out of there. Give him a GCS of 14 and nothing not left. No. Be still. Be still. Be still. You all right? All right. Are you ready, Nick?
Yep, to the university. Let's go. It's the 10th anniversary. I know we never really talked about your experience. Whatever actually happened with you?
Well, you know, I was living with my parents then. You know, we put some cinder blocks and stuff under the furniture and stuff, thinking that if the water came up, it would get no higher than that, you know?
Right.
And I just waited like everybody else. Next morning, dude, it was over your head. I mean, it was, 10, 12 feet of water.
Man, I can't believe it's a 10-year reunion of Katrina, and I'm still driving down this street. The same street that I walked in chest high water.
I think that's the first time I ever seen my dad cry. When he lost all in that storm.
Yeah. Dude, my dad broke down, too, in the hotel room. It was like, I mean, this big, strong man.
I imagine your dad was a lot like mine. Like, that's just something that you don't see. So a call comes out for an elderly lady with leg pain and leg swelling at assisted living that we pick up patients at pretty commonly because there's a large elderly population that lives there.
All right, baby. I'll take care. Don't even sweat. Do you have any chest pains or anything? All you think is having... All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to check your heart and give you the whole thing.
She is an amputee. She has lost her legs, and she's having, like, some swelling and pain.
Hey, look, I'm going to take a picture of your heart. How old are you, 24, 25? Not you.
But she says she has chest pain. That kind of goes along with the leg swelling. So this could be an issue of all the fluid backing up into her heart.
You was here for the storm? What you told me before the storm? Oh, you was in the Superdome? So what we doing for this anniversary? This something that you don't want to think about, or?
I know. I see that. I say
I know it's kind of depressing a little bit. I
Brings
feel
up
you
a lot
like
of
that.
bad memories.
I always tell people when they ask me about it, I say, I want you to just go home and just throw everything you have away.
Right.
Like,
See how you feel
and just and let me know how you feel.
Diplomas, all that stuff.
Were you an amputee for Katrina, baby? After? In fact, and it didn't want to hear. So you had to walk to the water and that filtered water, and so you had to amputate it. All right, bro. Now you about to make me feel a certain type of way right now. You gonna bring my work home. Yes, ma'am.
Here's little man.
Come on. That's your grandma?
Come on in.
Love you.
That's all I want.
Thank you so
No
much.
problem.
Thank you.
Hey, look, we gonna run up the Baptist, all right, mom? All right, no problem.
I think a lot of people have scars from Katrina, be it physical, emotional, mental. This lady gets up every day and is reminded of that day every time she looks where her legs used to be. Like, it's just amazing that she lives with that. This city is our city. The first responders of this city is the people that make this city run smooth. And without them, it would be Katrina times 10.
I got one the style. We got to do, man. Let's go.
Police, fire, and EMS. What we do is reminiscent to that of the New Orleans culture. We just help people.
I just have a connection with the people in the city. I mean, these are my people. I got you, baby.
We like one big gumbo pot. We all mixed in. We all come together for the good.
I want to help them. I want to joke with them. I want to cry with them. I want to hug them.
He's reaching. To be a first responder in this city, I think it takes a lot of guts.
Oh, dude!
You gotta be a little bit crazy.
I have the end of your finger.
Don't drop it.
Yeah, we're adrenaline junkies. It doesn't look like an interview.
When you are there, right when somebody's heart stops, right when they get shot.
The high that you can't recreate.
Wait a minute.
Oh my God.
You don't want to see people get shot. But do I love being there and the rush and the thrill of the moment? Oh, yes, I do.
It makes you feel like a superhero. Definitely impaled on the fence.
You go rob somebody, every little crime I prevent. Or you go murder somebody, every bad guy I take off the street. And I catch you, best feeling in the world.
Do I feel like a hero?
It's not about the thank you.
I wouldn't call us heroes or angels by any means.
All right, we got patient contact. We got to get her on the stretcher, baby.
I can't create miracles. I can only pull God off for so long. If you don't believe in God or any other deity, come get on the truck with me.